Hello again. Welcome back to Billy Ho Sports. We're covering this Saturday's Kentucky Jockey Club at Churchill Downs, and we're going to do a deep dive into all 10 contenders. Uh, just looking up, this race hasn't produced a Kentucky Derby winner since 2009's Super Saver. So hopefully these new horses this year will hope to change that luck. Tomorrow is Thanksgiving, so I wish you all of the best. Appreciate your family because time together is never guaranteed. So on to racing. Remember, subscribe to the channel, smash that like button. Let's get after this race. Kentucky Jockey Club is 8.5 furlongs for 2-year-olds, and we're going to jump right into the past performances. So let's go. Okay, number one, he's not joking, is trained by one of Woodbine's top trainers. That's Josie Carroll. Florent Giroux will get the ride. Winner of the Gray Stakes, grade 3 on the all-weather track, going 1.16 miles. Good pace, nice tops. One of the top speed figures, just under Jonathan's Way in that race. But I don't particularly like horses coming down from the all weather at Woodbine. They seem to not adjust, and he hasn't had any workouts on the dirt at Churchill, so probably won't have a lot of interest. And he's not joking. But Jonathan's Way obviously going to garner a ton of interest. Number one in prime power, and significantly so, up a 10-point difference between him and First Resort. So Jonathan's Way, I don't pay a lot of attention to this giant 99 speed figure. I mean, he was beaten, finished seventh. I don't know. I don't know how far back. I guess seven. Citizen Bull Gaming. We remember the BC Juvenile. That was really, really tough competition, but did get a nice 93 number in the Iroquois where he's returning to Churchill Downs. So I think that's probably in the cards. If he improves, I think he could get up to 96 or 97, but he's not going from 99 to 103. If he does, then we're going to stand up and definitely take notice there. Joel Rosario back on for Philip Bauer. So Jonathan's Way going to be probably your favorite. Then we go to number 3, Tiz-tastic. Steve Asmussen, good looking horse, competed in 2 stakes races already. The big Kentucky Downs $1 million juvenile mile, won that on the turf at Kentucky Downs by a neck, and then made the switch over to the Churchill Downs dirt in the street sense and finished second. Was just beaten late, had a little bit of traffic trouble down the stretch and was passed up by Sovereignty and just outkicked clearly by Sovereignty in that race. But solid horse. And I mentioned this on X, and you can follow me on X, by the way, at Billy Ho Sports, obviously. But it just seems to me like it's Christian. Every time I see an Asmussen horse, like this is a big race. Christian Torres, 7% winner. He can't find a better jockey than Christian Torres, or then you see either one of his kids, Asmussen boys, riding horses. These are the guys that he gets to ride out at Oaklawn or somewhere else on an off race, not in a grade 2 Kentucky Jockey Club. I mean, he could have got Luis Saez or T. Gaff or anybody. But anyway, I digress. We're moving on to Dapper Moon. Street Sense ran fourth, had the lead down the stretch, but gave it up. 87 speed rating, probably just a tick below. Did run in the Breeders' Futurity, but that was East Avenue, just domination nation there for that one. So Dapper Moon is going to be probably on the outside on this one. Another horse also looking at that Breeders' Futurity. Actually, the Street Sense ran in the Breeders' Futurity as well. But Peloso. And I've heard some on social media touting this one, getting some love, I guess maybe because from the Saratoga people, and up there in where he broke his maiden going a mile at the Spa, and then came into the Breeders' Futurity and was way off the pace, and then closed to third, but it was blown out by everybody. Was blown out by East Avenue. There's nothing to be ashamed of there. But he just he came home pretty decently and got up for the show, but I really don't know how to credit that race. Only an 84 speed rating, obviously. That's not going to be good enough in this case. which brings me to another quite interesting horse is Clock Tower, trained by one Wesley Ward, who is very adept with the 2 year olds. I always look whenever I see 2 year old maiden races or 2 year olds, whatnot. I look to see if Wesley Ward has a horse entered, and then I give that horse a good look. Ran in the Bourbon Grade Two, so it started out 5 furlongs. Obviously, didn't get it done. Then the was going to go to the turf, got pulled. Ran second, so they said, "Well, let's go back to the turf." Broke his maiden, blew him out, just wire to wire, going a mile. Then stretches to a mile and the 16th, grade two Bourbon, and has it going down the stretch at Keeneland, but just couldn't quite hold on. So he got caught at about the 16th pole. So I really, really like this turf to dirt angle. And 41% trainer right there, turf to dirt. And look, and 70% in the money. And that's not with like five, that's 67 starts. So that's a significant sample size. I'll have more to say about Clock Tower in a little bit. Stick around. Sonic Skedaddle, and that's Brendan Walsh, Tyler Gaffleone. Broke his maiden, 7 furlongs at Churchill. Nice closing effort, moving up in class, but the trainer record's not really good. Probably not liking him for the win, but could be a good horse to keep an eye on for exotics, rounding out a trifecta or a super. So I'll have some interest in a little bit of interest in Sonic Skedaddle. I think we'll see double digits on him as far as the odds go. And this one, the next one up is a top contender, and that's number 8, First Resort. This one ran in the Grade One Summer Stakes at Woodbine off the turf. So another one going from the turf to dirt, but not a very good record here for Owen Hardy. But does get Louis Saez aboard, like I mentioned before. Godolphin, maybe Godolphin made Louis a better offer. I mean, Louis is not contractually obligated to ride for Godolphin or Owen, so they just probably gave him the best offer. So anyway, 2 stakes races. Saratoga Special ran second, very good race there. Then probably maybe just the turf to dirt. Tried him on the turf, and I don't know if that was a training technique or sometimes they do that, obviously, because they'll come out firing. So First Resort is one that probably will garner interest at the window, but I didn't get there personally. So we'll get to that. Number 9, Render Judgment. Kenny McPeak, Brian Hernandez, the Derby duo. Very good maiden breaker here, grinding down the stretch. Had some trip trouble in the lane, but was able to reset and run down the leaders. And a very, very competitive race as well on October 22nd or 27th. So Render Judgment, I think I'll have some interest in. I think we'll offer some really good value, hopefully. And then we rounded out with number 10, Redacted. Ran second in his first start going. I think this horse is probably a little bit less mature, May foal. So probably not going to have any interest in Redacted. But we're going to get to the final thoughts here in just a second. But I wanted to show you the bias. We got 67 races on at this distance at Churchill, and look at the running styles: 25% wire to wire rate, and then we have 34% early speed, early or pressers are 40%. So not much on the late pace horses. So that is going to leave me to finish up here. I won't be surprised if Jonathan Way takes care of business in this race. Obviously, he's probably the best horse in the race on paper, but I do see some value, like I mentioned before. Kenny McPeak actually has a couple of wins in this race over the last several years. Number 9, Render Judgment, I think showed that ability to grind it out down the stretch, which looks good to me. Number 7, I did mention Sonic Skedaddle could close for a slice. And then I mentioned Filoso. The maiden win, if you went back and looked at that maiden win on his Saratoga, and I'll show it to you real quick. I wasn't going to, but the hell with it. He was gifted the inside. It looked like they just cleared a path for him to victory, and he just blasted off right down the center for a big win. So I don't know if maybe that's what impressed people, but the inside rail like that, I mean, that was easy money for a good horse. So I'm going with Clock Tower. Wesley Ward to win out front. Maybe wire to wire job. I don't know. Like I said, 67 races at the distance. Early speed is winning a lot, 25%, one out of every four wire to wire. I like Wesley Ward. I like the turf to dirt. So number 6, Clock Tower, gets it done. Obviously, you're going to have Jonathan's Way up there, as well as Render Judgment. And then the fourth choice, rounding out maybe a trifecta or a super, is going to be the number 7 horse, Sonic Skedaddle. That'll do it for Billy Ho's Sports. And hope everybody has a great Thanksgiving once again. Remember to hit that subscribe button, smash that like, share on social media, tell a friend about Billy Ho Sports. Really appreciate all the support. Happy holidays, and we'll see you soon.